So part 2, here we go. All right, welcome, comic book junkies. If you haven't seen part 1, go back and watch it. There's a lot of great books in there. Some you probably never even heard of. You can put them on your radar, the Golden Age ones anyway. So we're back here. We got Silver Keys. We got Marvel Bronze Age keys. Maybe a DC. I don't remember. Slabs, T-shirts, lots of Golden Age. This is all that I showed already. So
Watch Nighttiger comic.
Tiger comic.
Tiger comic. Nighttiger comic. Nighttiger comic.
What? Nighttiger comic?
Nighttiger comic.
Yeah. You never know what you're missing.
and this is the next stack here. This is the following stack over here. All right, so let's start this one out with a slab. So I picked this up. I made an offer on it. Now this is Marvel Boy number. I think it's actually Marvel Boy. It starts out as Marvel Boy, and then it changes to Astonishing with issue 3. And then in the Canadian version, it continues with the Marvel Boy title, but then the house's reprints. This Astonishing up to number 6 is all original Marvel Boy tales. And that's a 1.0. This was 180 before shipping. The seller had 200, make an offer. I offered him 20. For some reason, he declined it or something like that. And I contacted him. I'm like, what's going on? You know, you got to make an offer, and I made you one. So he goes, you know what? He took it. So it never, ever hurts. I think what happened was he came back with 200 or something. I declined it, but I told him why. I said I didn't feel comfortable because of this and that. And he sent a message back saying it's a good price for that book, but I'm willing to go ahead and give it to you for that. And so he did. This is a book I've been wanting ever since I knew what Golden Age was. I saw this book when I was a kid, but it's always been expensive. And you can see it's lower grade, so that made it affordable for me. And it is semi-scarce. This is published by Atlas, I believe. Yeah. So it is Atlas. I do have an issue of Marvel Boy. Enough about that slab. I'm losing my voice. Excuse me. Let me take a drink here. Oh, I might have to get some more water. Okay, so if you know me, and if you're a regular, if you're a cult follower, if you're a cult member of the Nighttiger comics, you know my main thing is scarcity. No matter if it's a pricey, if it's a key, if it's in the Golden Age, I want to find it if it's scarce for whatever certain elements about it. I mean, some comics, yeah, of course, I don't want everything. But this is a Charlton, and actually Fawcett produced the title up to 86, I want to say, somewhere around there. And it was a funny animal book, and I just purchased another key out of that run. But then Charlton took it over when Fawcett closed down, and then they published it under the same title, Funny Animals. And they ran Funny Animals for like 3 issues or 4 issues, and then they introduced a character that was on the radio and television at the time. And he's called the Merry Mailman. I never heard of him before. I never looked him up or nothing. I'm gonna do that. So his first appearance is in the issue before this, but this is 89, but this book is really, really scarce. I showed it to my friend Charlton 66. Immediately he goes, wow, good find. So 88, 89, and 90 was the last issue. And I just purchased a 90. And that's all I want to say. It's from 1955, and I got it for 19 shipped. And it's in nice shape. Again, Charlton's always, a lot of them are just so low grade. Okay. This book, I love romance. I don't try to stay away from coded issues or even issues that are outside the Golden Age. But this was so high grade and so cheap, and it just was so killer. Pink cover, Heartthrobs in green, number 130, 1971. I'm going to show you this book. Now, I paid $12 for this. Get that that glare. That thing is just immaculate. Here, look at that. Put on your sunglasses. There's a little tanning onto the bag. But this thing is in really high grade. So, and I think it's, I don't know where you can find these kind of things like that. If they're so cheap, I want them in my collection. I mean, that book probably, the right customer, if I sold, comes along and you sell it at a booth, $50 all day long, I think. So Joe, Black Box Silver and Bronze, turned me on to this title. I did know about it, but I didn't really know much. I always skipped over it. It's called The Kilroys. It's by HCG and has some really cool covers, and it was their answer to Archie. But I do believe, and I don't know who the artist is, but I believe the quality of the art was much better than MLJ's. Look at this cover. And I bought this because it was a horror cover, and it was in high grade too for a Golden Age book. And this is from 1948, number 18, and I couldn't find what I paid for this. I was looking all over. I'm sure I didn't pay more than $30 for that. I'm positive. It's a really killer cover. Nice colors. The art, whoever drew that did a great job on the characters. Cartoonish. They don't look cartoonish, but they also don't look real. They're like in between. So that makes the ghost look scary. This book, oh my goodness, I can't believe I own this. I pressed it. It had masking tape when I just threw it away. Let me show you. Nighttiger's digging in the garbage on screen. Okay, so it had masking tape over the staples on, and so the cover was detached, and they put tape down on the staple holes inside and out. Yikes! So I took a steamer. I did get it off, but I didn't even think. I went to press the book. I don't know how, but the cover shifted just a bit. Because of that glue left by these, I can't remove the cover to straighten it. But it's not so bad. If it was really bad, I would definitely do it. I think I can if I steam it again. But for right now, there's no reason to take a risk on damaging the book. All New Comics, number 12. And this is an Alex Schomburg cover. I don't know if you can see there in the background, it's got Sparky, and he's going through the Japanese plane wing and then tearing off the other. These are his sidekicks. Pull the Japanese out of the plane. Just a killer book, dudes. I paid $100 for that, and I will pay it. These are really tough to get. They're almost always in low grade. And if you're going to find one that's even like a nice 3.5 or higher, you're going to pay money. This is probably, I would put this no higher than probably at 1.8 maybe. Speaking of that, so what have it? I got this book in. This book, another high grade book. And another, it was less than 12, it was 11. This is a scarce Charlton, like one of the last Charltons to be published. If you find a Charlton, see if you can find one right now. Just go wherever, and I'm just going to damage that book by holding it like that. Go anywhere and see if you can find a Charlton that has 75-cent price on it. I bet you can. This, and it's just so scarce, but it's such a high-grade book. People don't know it. A lot of people don't know nothing about Charltons. A Charlton collector would probably pay, I couldn't even tell you. I'd say a Charlton collector might pay $50 for this book. I don't even know. I don't even know. I know a little bit about the scarcity of these last issues and what to look for because of Charlton 66. If you're not following Steve, you definitely better. Because you're gonna get a lot of knowledge there. He doesn't do a lot of haul videos these days. I think he's doing one for his show that he went to. He's usually on 4-Colored Fossils. Now, if you want to learn about old books, that's the place to go. It's on Graphic Man's channel, Wednesdays at 8. And if I'm on there, you're definitely going to learn a lot. Anyways, we'll move on. Let's see where we're at. So I think we were at 17 or 10 minutes in. I couldn't believe that I won this. This is in my collection. I got to do a dry clean on it. It's low grade, but you can't tell. Is my hat straight? It frustrates me. Anyways, and this is a run that I have several early issues in. Always looking for these early. The early ones are the war books, but they're really either hard to find or expensive. This is Boy Comics number 15. I won this in auction for $48. So at the last I think it's 5 seconds, I put in $60. And there were other people bidding. I don't know if you can see that. It's a nice Good Girl cover. She's in there, and he's going to put rats in there. What a killer cover. This is definitely, it's not Charles Burrow art. It says it is. That is not him. He is a terrible artist, and that looks cool. Pick up the 10-cent plague in eBay. It's a book that talks about the hearings and the Senate hearings in the 50s, and talks about a lot of the Golden Age. And one of the things is that Charles Burrow hired a lot of ghost artists to do his stuff. One of his prominent works were done by a female artist that's from MLJ. I don't know her name offhand. I got this book in for wait, I think. Okay, yes, with shipping, tax. I think it was free shipping. $113. Oh man, another Hitler cover in my collection for the Golden Age, and every one I have is a big shot. So I got 3 Hitler covers from this run so far, and all of them for $100 or less. This is probably the best of the 3 as far as condition. There's nothing hardly missing off this cover, if there is anything. Other ones have pieces missing, but these are really tough to find. But they're out there. They're out there. So it's a Hitler. I forget that guy's name on there. Sparky Watts. This has superhero stories. It has the Face. It has the Skyman. These are really cool, and these are cheap. If you want to get in on the Golden Age and you're not collecting Golden Age, look for other issues that are non-keys. You can find them in high grade for like $20. And they have a lot of stuff inside of them. Let me see. I don't know if I showed this, but here's issue 3 of that Red Arrow. I think I showed that. Did I show it in episode 1? It's really killer. Green, good girl cover. This is by a small publisher like B&L or P&L. That's what it is. P&L Publishing. Actually, I have it on here. So this is from 1951. I paid $36 for that. There are others. People try to ask a lot for these. They are quite scarce. They came onto my radar through Gerber. So thank you to Jamie at Jambo Comics. We did that live show with the Good Girls, and he showed this, and I didn't have it. All right, my wife's on her way home. We got 30 minutes. I still have a huge stack over here. So Jambo showed me this. It's by Avon Comics, Fighting Daniel Boone, just a nice Good Girl cover. And this was inexpensive. I forget what I paid for that. I think I paid less than $30, which is my sweet spot. I don't like to pay for any Golden Age over 30. That's like right where I like to get it if I can. 50, I'm still comfortable. Getting out of that 50 and above is where I start to decide how much do I want a book. I mean, so I got that, and I don't even know the number. I didn't even put the stuff on the back. Usually that happens when it comes in Mylar, or it's late at night and I want to open everything up. So I found this. This one was $16 with shipping. Now I guess this is issue 1. I didn't know that. And this is the IW reprint. This is the Everett Raymond Kensler cover. And yeah, so this is from this is 1953. I think this is 1958. So put that on your radar if you want to get into Golden Age. Fighting Daniel Boone. this book was cheap. So what? I got another book, ACG horror title from the 50s, a money book, like $150 book, and they had it listed for 30. So I quickly bought. I think it was less than that. I think it was 25. So I quickly bought it. Waited. Finally, I look at my email. Oh, you got a refund. I'm like, what? So I contacted them, and they're like, well, the description was right, and this and that. And I'm like, did you ever think to ask me if I wanted it anyway? I think what it is, they realized what the book was really worth. And after I purchased it, they reneged. But I found another ACG horror title that goes for about $100 for 43 with shipping and tax. Covered by Ken Bald, number 10, Forbidden Worlds. Graveyard cover. You got the ghost behind her. Pretty decent copy, too. I think it was like 35 before shipping and tax. So another win in the Nighttiger column. Where we at, people? Dang, it's gonna be like 4 videos. Okay, I'm gonna end with this one, and then you're gonna go on to part 3. So I bought these just because they were super cheap. They're pre-code. They're like Archie DC, which I love. Buzzy, Date with Judy, all that stuff. And when they're in high grade, I love it even more. Now, these are probably like 4.5s, 4.0s. They look really nice. I paid, so for each of these, I paid around $12 with shipping and all that. This is number 12, August 49. Panel cover. Nighttiger loves his panel covers. Nice copy of that. And it was from the same, so it was like $24 for both of them together. But this is the one that sold me right here. Oh yeah. Don't you just love hay rides? Date with Judy, number 13, October 1949. Yeah, Judy. Okay, that's it for part 2. On to part 3. The wife's on her wife's on her way back. We're leaving to Sweden when she gets here, so I gotta go